Good morning, every students of class 10th. Yesterday I started the chapter 16. Name of the chapter was power sharing from civics subject. Yesterday I told you about what is power sharing. What is power sharing? When the power is shared among the different organ of the government, that is known as power sharing. Can you tell me what are the main organ of any government? There are three organs of any government: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature makes the law of the country. Executive implements the laws of the country. And judiciary gives punishment those are involved in crime activities. Just I am going to revise yesterday's explanation. Now, today I am going to tell you about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island nation in the Indian Ocean. It is just a few kilometers of southern coast of Tamil Nadu. Sri Lanka has a diverse population, about 2 crore people, with 74% being Sinhalese and 18% Tamils. Now, if I ask you from the first paragraph of Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka is situated, Sri Lanka is situated just a few kilometers from the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. Sri Lanka has a diverse population of about 2 crore people, with 74% being Sinhalese and 18% Tamil. How many groups, community are there of Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka has two communities. First Sinhalese, second Tamil. Sinhalese are 74% and 18% Tamil generally. Now Tamils have two subgroups. Sri Lankan Tamils. Tamil natives of Sri Lanka are called Sri Lankan Tamils. They constitute 13% of the population and are concentrated in the north and east of Sri Lanka. Most of Sinhala speaking people are Buddhist, while most of the Tamils are Hindu or Muslims. Actually, Sinhala pupils, those who are speaking in Sinhala language, they are mainly Buddhist, those believe in Buddhism. And most of the Tamils are Hindus or Muslims. Indian Tamils. The Tamilians whose forefathers came from India as plantation workers during colonial rule and settled in Sri Lanka are called Indian Tamils. Those people from Tamil Nadu went to Sri Lanka for working purposes. They were known as Indian Tamils. They constitute 5% of the population. There are about 7% Christians who are both Tamils and Sinhala. If I ask you how many percentage of Indian Tamil live in Sri Lanka, they are 5% of the population. majority in community. Majoritarianism is a concept which signifies a belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. When Sri Lanka became independent in 1948, underline it because it is very important question from the chapter. The leaders of Sinhala community established dominance power over government by virtue of the majority. Now I am going to ask you, when Sri Lanka became independent? Sri Lanka became independent in 1948, just after 1 years of our country. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the only official language, thus disregarding Tamil. So Sinhala became the official language of Sri Lanka in 1956. The government, following preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university position and government jobs, a new constitution stipulated that states shall protect and promote Buddhism. All these government measures gradually increased the feeling of alienation among Sri Lankan Tamils. They felt that name of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders were sensitive to their language and culture. The relation between the Sinhala and Tamil communities became strained over time. So if I ask you, just listen very carefully, what was the dispute? What was the causes of dispute arise in Sri Lanka? Now I am going to tell you from myself. In 1956, Sinhalas became the official language of Sri Lanka. And the Sri Lankan government gave more advantage the Sinhala community in university position and government jobs. A new constitution was made for the better position of Sri Lankan community. That's why Tamils of Sri Lanka were angry against the government. This is the main points of paragraph number 1 from page number 257. The struggles of Sri Lankan Tamils. It is the another topic of this chapter. The Sri Lanka Tamils launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language. They demanded regional autonomy and equality of opportunity in securing education and jobs. But their demand was repeatedly denied. By the 1980, several political organizations like LTTE, its full name is Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, were formed demanding an independent Tamil Eelam. What is the meaning of Tamil Eelam? State. In northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka, the conflict between two communities soon turned into a civil war. What was the causes of civil war in Sri Lanka? Tamil people of Sri Lanka they made an organization whose name was LTTE. Its full name is Liberation Tigers of Tamil Elam. They formed demanding an independent Tamil Elam state in northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka. The civil war resulted in the killing of thousands of people of both the communities. These civil war also caused the terrible setback to the social, cultural, and economic life of the country. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and lots of people lost their livelihood. What was the result of civil war? The civil war resulted or affected that lot of pupils, thousands of pupils, lakhs of pupils from both the communities were killed. This civil war also caused a terrible setback to the social, culture, and economic life. Civil war also affected the social, cultural, and economic life of the country. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and lots of people lost their livelihood. Again, I am going to tell you what was the result or impact or effect of civil war. Civil war resulted or impact or affected that thousands of people killed from both the communities. Civil war also caused the effect of social, cultural, and economic life of Sri Lanka. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and lots of people lost their livelihood, and lots of people lost their home after the civil war. Which communities were involved in civil war in Sri Lanka? The Sinhala community and the Tamil community of Sri Lanka. Conclusion. In Belgium, the leaders have realized that the unity of country is possible only by respecting the feelings and interest of different communities and regions. I had already explained about Belgium yesterday, that Belgium leaders realized that unity of country is possible only by respecting the feeling and interest of different community and region. Belgium leaders said that if the government of Belgium respected the whole community or whole religion, every religion of that country, then the unity of country should be maintained. But the Sri Lankan government shows us a contrasting example. It shows us that if a majority community wants to force its dominance over others and refuses to share power, it can undermine the unity of the country. But Sri Lankan government shows another thing. They told that majority community should be dominance other community of the country. Need of power sharing. Every social group needs a share in the governments of ensure that their interest would be taken care of. Power sharing is desirable on two grounds. Prudential reason. Number one, these reasons are based on careful calculation of gains and losses occurring due to the adoption of a particular style of governance. Power sharing reduces the possibility of conflict between the social group and the violent upheavals that may happen otherwise. So what is the effect of power sharing? Power sharing reduces the conflict between the social group of any country. Number two, it is seen as a compromise that is sought among the various groups to ensure the stability of the political order. If the power sharing is done in any country, there the government should be their stability. Number 3, power sharing is a strategy for resolving dispute over who should have the most powerful position in the social hierarchy. Moral reasons. Power sharing is the essence of democracy. A democratic rule involves giving voice and representation to all the people who would be affected by the policies and the rule made. The basic principles of power sharing include. If I ask you, what are the basic principles of power sharing? Number 1, coalition government in which nearly all political parties have a just share. Number 2, protection of minority rights for groups. Number 3, declaration of power. Number 4, decision making by consensus. Acha, what do you mean by coalition government? After the election, if any power does not get majority seats, at that time 2 or 3 parties join together and they form a government. It is known as coalition government. Like in Maharashtra, Shiv Sena and Congress made a coalition government. I will discuss about the coalition government in next chapter. That name of the chapter is political party. Just I am thinking that it is important point. That's why I had discussed it. Forms of power sharing. This is the another topic. In a democracy, people are the source of all political power. People rule themselves through institution of self-governance, and everyone, including minorities, has the voice in the shaping of public policy. In democratic country, minority people can say against the government. Minority people has same rights like majority people in democratic country, but in dictatorship or monarchy government it is not possible. So in a democracy, political power should be distributed among as many citizens as possible. In modern democracies, power sharing arrangements can take many forms such as. Number 1, horizontal distribution of power. Power is shared among different organs of government such as the legislature, executive and judiciary. Yesterday, when I started the chapter, I had discussed it. When the power is shared among the different organ of any government such as legislature, executive and judiciary, it is known as horizontal distribution of power. I think you know what are the main organ of any government. Any government has 3 organs: legislature, executive and judiciary. This arrangement is called horizontal distribution power because it allows different organ government placed at the same level to exercise different powers. Such a separation of power ensures that none of the organ can exercise unlimited power. Each organ checks the other. This results in a balance of power among various institutions. This arrangement is called a system of check and balance. For example, the judges are appointed by the executive, but they can check the functioning of executive or laws made the legislature. Again, I am going to tell you about horizontal distribution of power. Just listen very carefully. So, what do you mean by horizontal distribution of power? Horizontal distribution of power means when the power is shared or distributed among the 3 organs of the government. Do you know what are the 3 organs of the government? The 3 organs of the government are legislature, executive and the judiciary. Each organ will check other organ work. Each organ will check other organ work, it is also coming from it is also known as horizontal distribution of power. Another point is of horizontal power is that no organ has absolute power. No organ has absolute power. And none of the organ has the unlimited power. Just I had already told you. Now, number 2, federal government and vertical division of power. Power can be shared among government at different levels as a general government for the entire country and governments at the provincial or regional level. Such a general government for the entire country is usually called federal government. In India, we refer to as the central or union government. The government at the provincial or regional level are called by different names in different countries. There are many countries where there are no provincial or state government. The countries like ours, where there are different levels of the government, the constitution clearly lays down the powers of different levels of government, and that is called vertical division of power. It is found in Belgium but not in Sri Lanka. It is known as federal division of power. The same principle can be extended to lower levels of government like the municipality and the panchayat. So if now point number 2, I am going to discuss you. What do you mean by federal government and vertical division of power? When the power is shared or distributed between the different level of any government, that like state government and union government. When the power is shared between the central government and the state government, it is known as federal government. Acha, can you tell me, is India a federal government? Yes, India is a federal government because power is shared between the central government and the state government. What is the another name of central government? The another name of central government is union government. Number 3, community government. Power may also be shared among different social groups such as the religious and linguistic groups. Community government in Belgium is a good example of this. What do you mean by community government? When the power is shared among the different social group or religious group or linguistic group, that is known as community government. In Belgium, there is a community government. In same countries, there are constitutional and legal arrangements whereby socially weaker section and women are represented in the legislature and administrative. This method is used to give minority communities a fair share in power. So what are the forms of power sharing? There are 5 forms of power sharing. Number 1, horizontal distribution of power. Number 2, federal government or vertical division of power. Number 3, community government. Number 4, coalition government. When the power is sharing, arrangement can also be seen in the way political parties, pressure group and movements control or influence those in power. When the power is shared among the political parties of any country, that is known as coalition government. Just before I had already told you what do you mean by coalition government. If any country or any state after the election, if any party does not get absolute majority, at that time 2 or 3 parties join together and they form a government. That government is known as coalition government. Just like in Maharashtra, coalition government is made by Indian National Congress and Shiv Sena. In a democracy, the citizen must have freedom to choose among various contenders of different political parties for power. In democracy, power is shared among different political parties that represent different ideologies and social groups. Sometimes this kind of Sharing can be direct when two or more parties form an alliance to contest to election. If their alliance is elected, they form a coalition government and thus share power. Number 5, different interest group. In a democracy, we find the interest group like traders, businessmen, industrialists, farmers, and industrial workers. They also have a share in governmental power through participation in governmental committee or bringing influence on the decision making process. So today again I am going to tell you what are the forms of power sharing. There are 5 types of forms of power sharing. Number 1, horizontal distribution of power. I had already discussed you when the power is shared among the different organs of the government, just like legislature, executive and judiciary, that is known as horizontal distribution power. Number 2, federal government and vertical division of power. When the power is shared between the central government and the state government, it is known as federal government. India has a federal government. Number 3, community government. When the power is shared among the different social groups such as religions and the linguistic group, just like Belgium has a community government. Number 4, coalition government. When the power is shared, arrangement can also seen in the way political party, pressure group and movement control influence those in power. When the power is shared among the political parties, pressure group and movement control influence, that is known as coalition government. Another way I had also told you earlier. Number 5, different interest group. In a democracy, we find the interest groups like traders, businessmen, industrialists, farmers, industrial workers. They also have a share in government power to participation in government committee of bringing influence on the decision making process. Thank you very much. Tomorrow you should bring your copy.